Gen Z in the greater Philadelphia area is spending 30% of their income on rent. You're definitely going to want to watch this one. Affordability has been a big talking point in the housing market during the past really 36 months since the COVID-19 pandemic first started. And we're going to explain how that's hitting Gen Z right in the wallet, right in the pocketbook. And first, if you get some value out of this video, you like what we have to say, or you feel like you learned something, do us a favor, subscribe to the channel and give us a like and even a comment about what you're seeing in the local real estate market. So according to some data from Axios, and we're gonna put some charts up that detail this in a little bit, 30% of income from anyone in Generation Z is being spent on rent. So these are people in their mid-20s to mid-30s, and they're spending literally almost a third of their income on rent, and it's becoming the new normal in a lot of metro areas. This is specifically in Philadelphia and the surrounding counties, and affordability has been identified as Generation Z as one of the biggest obstacles they have in terms of buying a property. And what we see happening here is that rents are going up astronomically. We're gonna put a chart up here. This is data from Zillow. In the greater Philadelphia area, it shows where the average rental price is coming in, and that number at a little over $1,800 a month is up 9.46% last year. And if you look at the chart on the right here, the second part of the Zillow research, what we're seeing is that rent's never gone down, dating back to 2017. The lowest increase in rent that we've seen year over year is 2%, and that's coming right out of the pandemic. And this data is usually lagged. And remember, there was some very tough eviction laws and some very tough things happening from the standpoint of extending rents, increasing rents, extending leases. So we haven't seen anything less than a 2% increase in rent. So this number keeps going up and up. And when you see people spending that much of their income, that much of their salary on rent, it begs to the question, well, what if they thought about purchasing a property? And what we know is that there's not enough education out there for people that are thinking about buying a home of what they can do in terms of a down payment or what they can afford in terms of a monthly payment. And that's where there's a big miss for a lot of these folks that are renting right now. So what we know is that a lot of people, the studies are out there, they feel like they need to come up with 20% down to buy a home. That is just factually incorrect. You can get in as low as 3% down on a conventional loan, 3.5% down on an FHA loan, and if you're a veteran, you're eligible for a VA loan, which has 100% financing. The same is true for USDA loans in rural locations. So there's lots of options out there to get in with lower down money than you might realize. And if you're one of those people that's not happy with how much rent you're spending, how big of a portion of your income that rent takes up, it might make sense to have a conversation with somebody. If you want to schedule a call with me or someone on our team, you can click on the link here, because a lot of people just don't know their options right now, and affordability is a challenge. And what we see happen with rent, we're going to put the second chart up here in a second, is that rent rent has not gone down over the past 60 years. If you look at this chart from Keeping Current Matters, you can see that rent has not gone down at all over the past 60 years. In fact, it's gone up every single year except that stretch that you see there from about 2000 to 2005, where it remained flat when a lot of people were buying homes. That was when we saw that big bubble happen that led up to the 2008 market crash. So what we're seeing is that rent went up over 9% last year in the greater Philadelphia area. That comes from the year-over-year increase that we saw from the Zillow survey I showed you earlier, and we're seeing that rent's never going down. Alternatively, housing prices have gone up 4.64% year-over-year in the three-county area, Chester, Delaware, Montgomery counties, and the city of Philadelphia. So we're seeing that rental increases are outpacing housing prices right now. So all the economic data that we're looking at is that renting is costing more, it's absorbing a lot of Gen Z's income, and there's opportunities to build wealth, have tax benefits, build your own net worth instead of your landlord's when you're renting. So there's all these opportunities out there for folks that want to get into a home ownership position, but they don't know what their options are. And again, there's tons of low down payment options out there. In fact, Fannie Mae just released something that you can get a 5% down loan on a multifamily property. That's a new product to promote affordability. Typically, that was not the case. So we've got all these great products out there, and it's really important for people that are not happy with how much rent they're spending to sit down and talk with a professional about what their options are. Lastly, there's the concern, well, what if prices go down? I don't want to be stuck with an asset that's not appreciating. I'm going to show you the Home Price Expectation Survey, which is a survey of over 100 industry experts that predict home values, and this is another great chart we're going to put up here, that everyone's predicting housing prices are going to be going up anywhere from 2.5% to 5% year over year for the next 5 years. So there's no data out there, no predictions, no indicators that housing prices are going down. We see rent is outpacing current housing price appreciation, and rent has never gone down in the past 60 years. So if you're one of those people out there that's feeling like you're spending too much money on rent, get into a conversation with someone that can guide you on a path to home ownership where you're not exhausting your funds, the payment makes sense for you, and you're getting into a position where you're paying down your own mortgage, you're paying your own taxes and your own insurance instead of paying your landlord's. And if it's something you want to discuss, again, click on the link, schedule a call directly with our team, and if you like the video or you learned something about it, give us a like and subscribe to the channel.